Hello boys, I am Mr. Bird and welcome to this Devlog series. In this series I am showing my progress on World Saga, or Worldbuilding 2 I'm currently developing. Now that boring stuff is done, let's take a look at the progression. Well, first thing that I want to make is copying and pasting, so let's start. Well, that was fast. Gotta love the power of editing. We can now copy and paste table stuff. Yeah, I know. Very exciting stuff, not really, but very essential. Took me way too long to implement, by the way, but here we are, it works. Next up on the list is saving and loading. Wait, I did it already, it works. But this time let's make it a bit better. Let's make it so that you can actually choose a project path and load different projects. Seems like something very essential. Well, let's start. I'm done. Woohoo! Now we have a decent starting screen and we can actually choose our projects. Very nice. So let's see what's next on our list. More saving and loading. Yeah, I just did that. Yeah, I do agree it's a pretty ugly screen right now and it misses a lot of features. So I actually just put in Godot's default file manager and I went on, so that was not a very good choice. So let's make a new file manager. I made a tutorial, in case you want to know how I did it, and it is done. We have all the basic functionality you would expect, so let's move on. Oh, now we get the exciting stuff. A species editor. Okay, I'm a couple of days in the future and it was way harder than I thought. After restructuring half this project, I came up with this, what you can see right now. Easy to use labels that you can place, change and edit. You can edit all the values like colors and the titles, but also you can choose what values you want in the labels. Very nice. But what if your species is so hot you want a nice big picture to show everyone? Well, let's make that feature. Apparently Godot is a bit lacking here. But this is what I made. As you can see, it only supports a couple of file formats. This is because Godot just has a bunch of functions that I'm calling, and these are the only file formats those functions support. But the basics are there and it works just as intended. You can now just slap on your picture and move on. Let's see what more I have to do. Fuck, it's creating a flowchart for the aging process. Something that's very nice to keep track of, but not very nice to make. Well, let's do it. Okay, so that took way longer than I'm gonna let you watch. It is embarrassing. It's pretty ugly, but it works. We can create a chart that flows, no shit, and you can type whatever you want, as you'd expect. Well, anyway, that makes the species almost done, and I want to do one more exciting feature that is somewhat related to the species, but not entirely. It is the relationship editor. I also mentioned this in the last devlog. The idea is that this one will be useful for every kind of relationship between articles. So for characters and characters, species and species, but also like languages, characters and species. So it won't be very specific on a certain thing, but you can make it very specific. And oh boy, creating that took ages. You can select what tag this web is about and then add articles in this web and create type of connections you want to have between the articles, and then you can link them and type extra information in the boxes you want to have. I forgot to mention before, there's a Tagtab now. Maybe some of you would have seen it already in the talk. In this tab, you can group all your articles in tags, and you can then select what tags are active. So you can limit the amount of articles you are seeing in the top to keep it a bit tidier. And this same tag system is what your relationship editor uses. Nice. So that was it basically. Please check out the its page if this looks interesting to you. Link is in the description. And also, like, I guess this feature suggestion that I got is about the browser version, where all the IPA characters are like question marks. I can't really change this support because it isn't something I know what is causing. Like, I guess it's itch, but it could be the Godot HTML5 exporter, so I don't know. So yeah, I recommend using the download version. I don't know if there are any this kind of blocks in the species editor, but if there are, I'm just gonna stop uploading the browser version, and especially for languages, use the download version. Cheers!